All right, Dan, the bodybuilder from Thailand, friends, here in Asuncion, Paraguay. You got this Prohibido Estacionar sign with Pablo Escobar on it. Don't park there. Pablo Escobar prohibits you. So it was actually really hot yesterday because I'm in the capital of Paraguay, you know. Now I'm coming to you guys. I traveled across the country, total width of the country, in the bus, going through the jungle. And then I was here yesterday and I didn't do any recording, but it was super hot, like so hot, right? And now today it's a storm and it's cold. I would say the temperature, going by Fahrenheit for American viewers, since they're the most viewers. Yesterday it was 90 degrees. Because the seasons, you know, they're reversed. I'm in the southern hemisphere. So winter is summer here. But then today, it's probably 40 degrees Fahrenheit. So there was a massive shift in the temperature. And kind of like a hurricane came. I was hanging out with these guys from the UK that have been watching my channel from way back in the day, and they came and lived here. They were, you know, back in the day when I was doing my channel, they said they were watching and being like, damn, I want to leave the West. I don't want to live in the West. and then they you know, went on a little adventure. He was telling me about how he tried, one of the guys was telling me about how he tried Philippines, he tried Thailand, and then he ended up here in Paraguay. Pretty cool. I think I've talked about this before, but I always get along good with guys from the UK. I remember when I did, some of you guys might remember this video that I did too. I think it was like back in like 2018. Like, my grandparents did like a ton of genealogy work, like for like years, traveling around the world, figuring out like our family history. Most of my ancestors came over to the United States in the Northeast from England in the year 1600. And so I'm pretty like UK blooded, you know, like English, very, very English. You run across this here. Shit. But yeah. So I don't know if that's the reason why I always get along good with guys from the UK or not, because we're like blood related. Because in all my travels, it seems like a bunch of my close friends end up being guys from England. In Thailand, it was always like that. They're funny. Guys from the UK are funny. They've got a different sense of humor than guys other places. So that was nice. Check this out. Grow shop, huh? I mean, I don't think I see anything growing in there other than weeds, but not the psychoactive kind. So, that must have been, I don't know what's going on there. It looks shut down. But yeah, it's morning here. I'm going to get some breakfast. Pretty hungry. Woke up pretty hungry. But yeah, this is an interesting place because this is the capital city. And if you notice, and I'm in the center, you know, it's not like busy. Like, you don't see a lot of people. And that's what I was thinking about this country in general. Is muy tranquilo. This country is, it's like a quiet, like sleepy country. There's not a lot going on. 60% of the residents are under 30 years old. So there's like a lot of young people here, and I see that. Like there's kids everywhere. There's kids running around everywhere. When you go into a place that has people, like if I went into a shopping mall or something like that. But as far as like the capital of the city being like a place that's like hustling and bustling, like Buenos Aires, or I mean most capital cities on earth. I mean I could say like San Jose, Costa Rica, or you know, this is not the capital, but it was the city that I was in Ecuador, Guayaquil, Ecuador. And you're getting way more people on the street. But yeah, it's like the quiet life here, you know? And there can be good things about that. I mean, I'm really into like old style architecture. I mean, even though this looks kind of like old and run down, and you might think like, oh, that looks like dirty or something like that. I'm actually a fan. I like this kind of shit. I like it. Like you see the design and the concrete over there. So I'm not into these new style of buildings that they build where it's like, it's just like a fucking box. And you're like, oh, in the West, it's like, oh, thank you for, you know, making me see like all these ugly boxes everywhere. That it's like a shitty architecture and a shitty design that's meant to last for like 30 years. Whereas these buildings are meant to like withstand artillery shells and shit, you know? Like these were built to last for more than 100 years. That's what I'm into, is because, you know, any kind of architect that was like had some self-respect and shit is going to be like wanting to designs that are like this is an amazing building. This is something that is very strong and very powerful, and it's like a piece of art. But you know, in the West, we've got architects now that it probably mostly not their own fault, but the people that, you know, finance them to do their job, you know, where it's like, oh, just put up this piece of shit, and you know, we don't need it to last. We just want to, you know, build it for the least amount of money possible and make the most amount of money possible. That whole mindset of like, oh, everything's about money and nothing's about like quality and all that kind of crap, man. I don't want to be too negative. You know, like this whole video that I've been filming in Paraguay has been like a major East versus West video. And in the future, I'll probably just focus on the positive stuff. But sometimes I do like to, you know, compare and contrast, because the guys, a lot of guys feel like me about, like, you know, we were talking about before, like feeling like alienated from the West. And so compare and contrast, sometimes that can be cool for you guys to hear about, I guess. Hear about my experiences doing this for 9 years and what I think. But yeah, it's cool. Like, you can see, like, as I'm walking, this is a chill place. It's real authentic. Yeah, so I'm in the old town right now. There's some more people outside now. You got these guys up here with bayonets. It's a church in there. So I'm kind of walking around this area. I just had some breakfast. Fresh squeezed orange juice. Pretty common for the cafes around South America to have that. And it's not like super expensive or anything. It's just like $2 or something like that, which is pretty cool. I mean, fresh squeezed orange juice, it's like, you can feel that stuff's healthy. Got kids hanging out here. I don't know why. It's a school day and it's school time. So I don't know what's up with that. Like I was saying before, Sleepy City. This is a university right here. Yeah, pretty big cathedral because it's Catholic university. Universidad Católica Nuestra Señora de la Asuncion. Because I'm in Asuncion. Our Lady of Asuncion. I think you guys can probably just tell from the atmosphere, like what I'm saying about, like it's a sleepy city. You know, there's stuff going on, but there's no heavy action. So here I have some typical Paraguayan food. That's good. The pie. Meat pies are good, man. They've got stuff like this in Argentina too. Vegetables are good. Prepared Paraguayan style. Yeah, it's good. I think I've talked about before that when you're visiting different countries, part of some of the main things that are really fun about that is like trying the local food, trying to communicate in the local language, etc. Those are some of my favorite parts of traveling. All right, just checking in with you guys again, having lunch here in the middle of Asuncion. I'm in the modern area now, the new part of the city. And yeah, just having lunch here. I'll show you guys around a little bit. Trendy area. Anyways, it's been a good trip. I'm just sitting here having lunch, and you guys know I do like training, like online training for people. So when I'm doing something like having lunch, normally that's what I'm doing, is working on that, working on helping you guys make your gains, make your bodybuilding dreams come true. Seriously though. Yeah, but it's been a good trip. Like Paraguay.